Hey guys, Krista here from DaSilva Life and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be giving you an inside look into the tools that I use to be more productive in my business. If you're new here, I love systems and organization. It's totally my jam, but my other thing that I love talking about, super passionate about it, is productivity and time management. And really all of those things go together. Here's the thing, organizing your business doesn't have to be hard. And even though you may think it requires a million softwares and you have things living in a bunch of different places, it really doesn't. Honestly, we love being able to show our clients how they can virtually do everything within two main tools, being HoneyBook and ClickUp. Now, if you're watching this and you use Asana or Dubsado or Trello or different project management tools or CRMs, keep watching. This video can absolutely still apply. These are just our two favorite softwares when it comes to project management and client relationship management, but the point is you really should have two main things. There are two areas that your business needs organization most: your project management process and your customer experience and client management. It is absolutely crucial knowing what you need to be working on and where your projects are along your pipeline when you hit your desk at the beginning of the day. This is where a project management tool or ClickUp comes in. Here at DaSilva Life, we love being able to help our clients get their ClickUp set up and running, no matter what type of business or company they own. With ClickUp and our bomb ClickUp templates, you can manage all of your projects, to-dos, and files all in one place. That way, nothing gets lost floating around your inbox, on sticky notes on your desk, and your millions of notebooks that you have laying around, or really anywhere else you're trying to manage every single thing that you have to do within your business. Now, I don't know about you, but I am a very visual person. So I want to show you inside ClickUp how you can tangibly manage your projects and increase your productivity because you know exactly what to do, exactly where everything lives, who's working on what, communicating back and forth, all of the things. So let me show you a couple quick examples of how I manage, organize, and increase the productivity in my business. Okay, now let me start by showing you how I manage just basic to-dos within my business on a daily basis. So here's a quick example of how I manage some recurring and one-off admin tasks within my business. So this is my admin task list. I have other task lists with different categories, but you can see here I just have a few tasks each day and week. So I do an AM client and admin check-in 2 times a day at 8:30 and 3:30. When I click in here, I just have a checklist of the different things that I check in on. So my HoneyBook tasks and leads, checking in on my system school community, an email and Slack check-in just to touch base, see if anyone needs me, the team, clients, etc. And then I'll check this off when it's done. Quick tip here, if you do set this as recurring, you can skip weekends because I don't work on weekends. And then also if you have subtasks or checklists in a recurring task, you're always going to want to create a new task so these get refreshed. Thought I'd give you that quick tip while we're in here. Then you can see I have other things like update budget template, weekly clean out, pay team, and then this other one-off sign up for new G Suite. So this is just an example of taking some basic tasks, having them as a recurring or one-off, and making sure that I am staying on top of them. Okay, now that you saw just basic checklists of how you can organize your daily tasks and making sure that you're staying on top of them because you're assigned to them with a due date, whether it's one-off or recurring, now let me show you how I'm able to map out our processes and assign things to the team for a larger scale project, keeping everyone on track, giving realistic client expectations, and making sure everyone has everything that they need. Basic checklists are great for the simple items, but what happens when it comes to larger scale projects, either for clients or within the business? Well, this is where we love to use something very similar, a process very similar to our project workflow mapping template. This is in our shop, and I'll make sure to link it in the description below. But here you'll see we just have an onboarding checklist in here with things that would be typical for onboarding clients. And then you just map it out, grouping it by phases, having all the tasks. You would have who is this assigned to, start and due dates and progress of these things as well. And you'll just see you can store notes in here too. The goal of this template is just to keep everything in one place and having a whole workflow in one list for an entire project. So these are also dependent on each other. So if someone's trying to check off this task, it's going to say, hold on, you're waiting on these two that are not done yet. And you'll just be able to see what everyone is working on, the status, priority, any comments back and forth about these things. So this is just a tangible way you can see that ClickUp will be able to map out these projects and keep them super organized and streamlined. Okay, now that you saw a project, let's move on to things like social media. How do I manage creating and putting together these YouTube videos? What about our consistent blogs and email newsletters and Instagram content? Well, we have a different workflow for each one of these platforms, and the whole team is involved in bringing all these things together. I absolutely could not live without my team members or put out this amount of content without the amazing people that support me. Here's an example of how we manage Instagram content at DaSilva Life by mapping it out in a really nice workflow. So here's where you're going to be able to see these are grouped by the status, and it's running along a pipeline, so you can see at any time where each piece of content is along the pipeline. See who's assigned, the due dates, publish date, etc. You can see it also mapped out in a really nice table view. That's another thing I love about ClickUp is, yes, we store tasks in here, but we also have places where we store data too. And with all of these views, it just keeps everything in one place, so we don't have to be finding different links and things all scattered throughout different platforms. So why does this increase productivity? Because everything's going to be here. We also have automations running in here that when statuses are getting set to review, that it's going to reassign me with a due date of that day or 2 days later, etc. And this is just a template, but in our actual one, it also has people from our content team who are responsible for creating the content, and when I'll send it to needs edits, it will reassign them. So basically, it's just being the manager of this content, telling everyone what they need to do. We're able to comment about this piece of content back and forth. It's going in our notification center instead of getting lost in email or Slack, and it's just really amazing to be able to utilize this and keep everything super streamlined and organized. And last but not least, you may be saying, okay, Christy, that looks great, but do I really have to click into all of those places every day to see what I have going on? Absolutely not. Two of my favorite things are my today's tasks dashboard and my everything view calendar. Let me show you just a quick snippet into these two things and how to set them up so you're making sure that you know exactly what you have to do on any given day, because these two things are pulling in everything you need from your different spaces, folders, and lists. So here is the everything view calendar that I live by. This is not my actual one. This is just an example of, if I have 22 hidden spaces here, but all of the spaces that I have in my actual ClickUp would be here. And then I have a Christie's calendar. So this is pulling in from any tasks. And all this is a filter that the assignee is me. A couple other things I always suggest having on here as well is I really don't like showing future recurring tasks because I feel like it gets a little bit cluttery. Then we have, I like seeing super important to show subtasks. I'll also have priority, and then I'll also have tags as well if there are any tags on here. So this is just a really great way to see the calendar view of your workload. And then I will also favorite this to my favorites bar. So I have this up here. Then the next thing I want to show you is today's tasks. And this is going to be filtering where the assignee is me, and the due date is, you could do today or today and earlier. So this is just a task list widget, and I'll go ahead and refresh this again. So here you'll see this is showing me what's coming in from admin or Instagram, and then I'm able to just quickly click in here and check this off as done. Then I just have some motivation here, a fun GIF, my why, and the quote of the week. I have a whole ClickUp Dashboards video if you're interested in learning more about ClickUp Dashboards. And so check that out on our channel. And that is it. So these are 2 ways that I love just keeping track of all of the tasks in the business, so I'm not having to click into those individual spaces. I literally cannot explain to you how much I love ClickUp. It actually saves my life on a daily basis. And even in my most busy work seasons, I actually don't know what I would do without ClickUp managing, running, organizing my business, and just telling me what needs to get done every day. It is magical. Now moving on to the second most important thing, which is client experience. So yes, having your internal operations organized, being productive in your business is super important, but you also want to make sure that you are treating your clients with the ultimate care. If you really want to increase your client experience, but also stay productive, meaning you're not emailing them back and forth, coordinating schedules every day, and coming up with these custom brochures and things every single time you have a new lead or client, this is where a CRM, or our fave, HoneyBook, comes in. What I've experienced with so many of the business owners we work with, especially ones that are really just starting to hit that growth and scale aspect in their business, is that they really struggle to manage and onboard their clients on their own. How many times have you had a sales call and you want to move forward with this person and they want to move forward with you, but you're stuck having to put all this paperwork together by yourself, making sure you get over their proposal, all the documents you need, they sign it, and they're waiting for you to send the onboarding email, and you're juggling a million other things, so you don't get it to them as soon as you would like. This is where HoneyBook comes in. This is your go-to solution for all client-related tasks, such as managing your calendars and schedules and coordinating them with your new clients, sending over contracts, invoices, proposals, brochures, and questionnaires, all of the information you need to give to them, and the things that you need to gather information from them, as well as having things like check-in emails, kickoff emails, all the things that you need that you don't have to recreate the wheel every time. You're able to have canned email templates, not only to pull up and send when you need, but also to send automatically with automations. And that's the best part. Taking all of these pieces, putting them into an automated workflow in the automation section, and being able to turn it on and set it and forget it. But I know there are some people watching this who are like, okay, Christy, that's great, but a lot of my stuff needs some custom tweaks. I really want the person on the other end to know they're not just getting an automated message. Well, with HoneyBook and so many CRMs out there, you're able to have things as approved before sending, so that it can just be showing up in your task section to view or edit that email before sending out, and you can add any custom details that you need. During our process of working with our clients, this is something we actually work through when we do our workflow mapping calls, and we set up their systems in a way that give them the information they need and automate as much as possible, but we'll also put placeholders in there to say, hey, you need to edit this email to send out today, but here's this yellow highlighted portion of exactly what you need to edit. When we work with our clients, it's not just a rinse and repeat process. We really do customize everything to your business. Okay, now let me show you some tangible ways inside HoneyBook how having all of my templates and automations set up, I'm able to be extra productive and make sure everything's taken care of within 5 minutes a day. Starting with autofill fields and templated proposals. So let's look at Smart Fields. Here we have a standard proposal, and in here, the gray fields are smart fields, where we are able to pull in things automatically. So here we're pulling in the agreement date. So whenever I upload this template, It's going to just put that in there. This is first client name. You can see things down here as well, 90-minute strategy session. This is going to pull in the client's name. So how you create these are just by clicking anywhere on the proposal, clicking this field here, and then when you click into field name, you're able to pull the info. So if you want to do first client name anywhere, you would just press this. And then I want to show you what happens with the smart fields. If I click use this template and add a new or existing project, I'll click existing project and I'm going to do John Smith. Now, John Smith is in here and he has his information already because we had a discovery call, etc. So if I click create file, watch what happens. I'm going to add the client, John Smith, and then you will see all of the files just autofill. Everything is filled and I'm able to just send over the contract because the project is already coming into the deliverables, the price, etc. And then this is good to go. So I would just review the email and send it over. Next up, canned emails are literally one of my favorite things on earth. Not to be dramatic or anything. Why would we choose to write the same email over and over again, but sometimes it being really awesome and sometimes us forgetting details, when we can just have the template in our canned email section in our CRM that can be sent whenever we need it? Let me show you a couple of my canned emails and how we manage them within our HoneyBook. So here's just a quick example of one of our canned emails and how it makes our lives so much easier. Here you're going to see that you can pull in the first client name by clicking add client name here. And then in our canned emails, I always just go ahead and highlight the yellow where we need to edit it. So every time we hop off of an intensive or a consulting session, this will be waiting for us. That is triggering from our workflows. And then we'll just know, okay, we have to put the recording link here and see when their support period ends, put it in here and then send it over. Other than that, it's a really nice email just wrapping up, thanking them for the call, giving them what they need, and they get it almost immediately after our call. Now, putting it all together, let me just show you a basic workflow of how you can take these templates and emails, put them into a workflow that's triggering and showing up in your task section every day, just telling you what you need to do or what file or email you need to go ahead, edit, and send over. Just giving you a quick snapshot of how automations make our lives so much easier. So after I send over a ClickUp consulting session proposal, I then apply this workflow. So immediately after the first payment is made, it's going to send them the questionnaire they need with the email to book their session, which also includes the scheduler. So they have everything they need to get started right away without me having to do a thing. After that, it's going to create a task for me to put the session date into the project details once they book, so then everything will trigger from there. Once they submit the questionnaire, it will send them a thank you email. 3 days before, it's going to send the pre-work reminder email that's approved before sending, so I can just check if they did and then delete it, and if they didn't, send it over. And there are so many other things in this workflow as well, just showing you what you can do and automate within HoneyBook. So I don't have to remind myself of the session coming up to send them the questionnaire, send them the scheduler to book. It saves so much time and energy while also really elevating my client experience at the same time. So something that's crucial after you set up your HoneyBook is that you are checking in on your task section daily. Because once you have these automations running, they're going to be telling you what you need to do, but you need to make sure you're keeping up with them and not letting any digital clutter pile up. So check your home screen every single day that you're working to make sure nothing is waiting for you to tackle and send send over to your clients. Okay, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're loving it so far. We're not done here, but I wanted to just mention, if you are brand new to systems and tools in your business and you're wanting to dive a little bit deeper, but you're not sure what is right for you, I want you to go ahead and take a look at our freebies section on our website at DaSilvaLife.com/freebies and check out the free resources we have for you to dip your toes into these systems. Okay, now if you check out our channel, you're gonna see that we talk about HoneyBook and ClickUp all the time because they truly are my favorite children. But there are some other tools and softwares that we absolutely could not live without. So let me just walk you through a couple other tools that we use and how we utilize them within our business. The first tool I want to talk about, aside from HoneyBook and ClickUp, is Slack. Slack is our communication tool. We use both for internal team communication and external communication with our clients. Now you might be saying, Christy, that's a communication tool. How does it really help with productivity? Well, it took me a little bit to invest in Slack because I thought the same thing. And it really depends on your business and how many team members or clients you have to know if it's worth it. But what it came down to was there were things floating within text, within email, within ClickUp, and we needed to have one central communication tool that also wasn't linked to personal items. For example, some of my team members, we would text back and forth, but during my workday, I don't see text as urgent. So I needed another way of having a tool that I knew, okay, someone needs something from me and it's during work hours, so let me go ahead and check in on it. Because I am the type of person who needs the do not disturb sign up. And if I go into my text messages to read something or I go into my emails, I'm gonna find other things that I wanna take care of and I really shouldn't. So that's how we use Slack. We also love using the comment section in ClickUp when we're talking about specific things and having that lane of communication within the task itself. But when it comes to things like having just general chats with team members, having channels like a marketing channel or system build channel to be able to talk through things with my marketing team or system build team, and then also having support channels for my clients so that the whole team can be in there as we're talking about their project, their support, and keeping everything in one place. The next tool I want to touch on is Loom. I am obsessed with Loom. If you're not familiar with what Loom is, it's a screen recording software. So you're able to film SOPs with it and give instruction to team members. Show things to clients about their project without having to jump on a call. I also use it for things like creating welcome videos for our new clients, showing them within our process, getting them used to how our project is gonna roll, and just giving that face-to-face connection of, hey, I'm excited, here are the details, let's dive in. And then another way I love using it too is actually when I'm filming these videos or filming for our courses in systems school and our templates and our template shop, because I'm able to screen share these portions, edit them within Loom itself, and then download them and put them wherever I need. So Loom is amazing for productivity, especially when it comes to team communication, because when we are creating these SOPs, we're able to show ourselves doing the whole entire process, putting it in the task for our team member, and they know exactly what they need to do and how to do it. This really cuts back on the back and forth. This cuts back in meeting time with our clients, so seriously boosts that productivity. Okay, now let's talk about Google Calendar. I love using Google for cloud storage, for inbox, and all that stuff, but I live by my Google Calendar. Yes, I do keep my tasks in ClickUp telling me what I need to do for the day, but Google Calendar is where, number one, I'm able to have all of my meetings coming in for my HoneyBook scheduler, and then I'm also able to have any internal meetings or extra meetings, putting those in there, personal things, so it's blocking off my calendar for my HoneyBook and my scheduling tool, and then I also use it to time block my schedule. I'm gonna do a whole other video on time blocking because every time I talk about it, everyone loves it because it's super, super powerful for productivity and time management. But here's a snapshot of my Google Cal so you can see how I break up my days, my week, and kind of setting themes for each day, and then blocks of time where I'm doing specific things. And lastly is Zapier. If you have not heard of Zapier, it is an integrations tool that actually connects so many different softwares together. So it really automates so much, kind of acting like your assistant. For example, let me show you through a really quick Zap where every time I create a new task of the video I'm filming in YouTube, it then creates a folder in my Dropbox so I have a place to store it after it's filmed. So this is a simple Zap, but it really just does an extra thing for me that I don't have to do, which is whenever a new task is added in the YouTube list, so here you'll see this is my workspace, marketing and PR, folder marketing and platforms, YouTube. When a new task is created, but I only continue if the status is need to film. The reason being is there are a lot of other tasks within our workspace, and we want to make sure that the statuses need to film, and when we're ready to go ahead and start the process and make that YouTube video officially on the calendar, that's when we take the name of it and put it in the status need to film. After that happens, we then create a folder in Dropbox, in YouTube, and then the year, and then the folder is just the task name. So it follows the naming convention of what the task is in ClickUp, zaps it into Dropbox, and then we just have our folder waiting there for us. Now that was just one example, and I've gotten so many requests for more Zapier tutorials and videos, so they'll definitely be coming down the pipeline, so make sure you like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss a beat. But Zapier is seriously one of my favorite things to be able to automate outside of the systems that I use and bring them all together. Okay, so now that we showed you inside a bunch of our favorite systems, you may be a little intimidated because you're like, okay, number one, even if I just started with ClickUp and HoneyBook, there's definitely gonna be a learning curve, and that can be intimidating for people. A lot of times what happens is we sign up for a million different things, we set them up halfway, if that, and then we abandon it because it was too confusing, and we just go back to pen and paper because it's the easiest to put a band-aid on it and just find something else later. But here's the thing, you're going back to managing everything manually when there are so many simple solutions to start automating your business to be more productive and save you time. Not to mention growing and scaling is gonna be so much easier because having these systems in place make it so much more clear what you need to delegate and how to easily hand it off. But like I said in the beginning of this video, I would highly recommend starting with HoneyBook and ClickUp, or a project management tool and a CRM, to really tackle the two places you need most: project and task management and your client experience. So I do want to mention, if you're interested in setting these tools up, but you're worried about the learning curve and you want to do it in the fastest way possible, but the right way, I want to let you know about our Systems School. Our Systems School membership is made up of both a course on HoneyBook and ClickUp, as well as dozens of plug and play templates to get you started on setting up your systems right now. Each course includes over 50 instructional videos, and they're not 20 minutes long, I promise. They're quick, simple, actionable videos and templates to be able to plug into your business. I guide you step by step on every piece of ClickUp and HoneyBook so that you have the roadmap and all the resources you need to organize your business so quickly. I'll make sure to drop the link in the description below so you can check it out, and make sure to email us if you have any questions at support@DaSilvaLife.com. We'd be happy to make sure this is the right decision for you as you're investing in your business and learning more about the systems you need to grow and scale with ease. I'd also love to hear about the tools that you use and love in your business in the comments below. If you're still feeling overwhelmed, don't worry. Next week, we're gonna come with a video on how to organize your business now, where to start, what takes priority. So make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a beat. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If it was helpful for you on learning about the tools that we use and love in our business to organize, streamline, and increase the productivity within our business operations and our client experience. Also, make sure to connect with us on our other platforms. I love hanging out on Instagram. Shoot me a DM and let's connect. And with that, thanks for watching.